The Smashing Machine, of course, is a biopic that came out recently to some very interesting reviews. Now, of course, obviously, this is seen as The Rock's defining role, right? Obviously, everyone knows The Rock has kind of fell from grace, as they would say, as he was once seen as the best wrestler turned actor to being mediocre and only plays himself in every movie. Now, of course, is that true? Yeah, but then again, every wrestler turned actor plays themselves in every movie. I'll be real with you. John Cena plays the same character all the time. So does Dave Batista. But besides that, for the most part, they were very skeptical of this movie. But first, let's get on to a review about, well, the movie, obviously. But of course, IMDb is 7.5, 7 out of 10, 65% by Metacritic, 72% of Google users like the movie. And of course, obviously, Rotten Tomatoes. The average seems to be around 7 out of 10, right? A decently good movie, right? 73% by the critics, 77 by the people. Now, of course, this movie revolves around the legendary career of Mark Kerr, a pioneer of MMA and obviously the UFC. But of course, this movie does not revolve around his career like other sports biopic, like let's say the Big George Foreman movie. Obviously, I watched that as well. Great film. If you guys haven't watched that, you guys should watch that. Great film for any boxing or even not boxing fan. It's a really good film. But besides that, the Big George Foreman movie revolved around more of the career of George Foreman. Obviously, also his life, but mostly was the fact that he won a title at such an old age. Mark Kerr, the MMA stuff, the fighting is more on the, I guess you could say, back burner. It mostly revolves around his life, his struggles with addiction and struggling with his, career and everything. Obviously, it revolves around more of his life. Now, of course, like I said from the beginning of the video, The Rock was first seen as a good actor, then was seen as a mediocre actor who couldn't go deep into roles, which I knew was a lie, right? Because I'm gonna say right here, hot take, I don't care. People said the things that they said more in terms of obviously saying that Dwayne Johnson isn't the best wrestler turned actor, and it was someone like John Cena or Dave Batista. I'm gonna say a hot take. I believe the reason why they said that was not because they were fans of John Cena, even though they probably were of John Cena and Dave Batista, but they were said more out of hate of Dwayne Johnson. Obviously, with the stuff that came out with Fast and the Furious and other behind the scenes things, obviously people looked at him differently. And to be fair, the criticisms were valid, right? The criticisms were valid, obviously. But the more they talked about his acting career, it was more like they just didn't like him, so they couldn't really see his actual good roles. But that's besides the point. Now everyone's talking about how good The Rock is in this movie. And he is. He really is in this movie. Let's make that very clear. The Rock is absolutely the best part of the movie. Hands down. This is arguably one of the best roles, not of only his career, but you could say of the year. Like they say, he deserves an Oscar. Just an Oscar. He deserves an Oscar for this role. He really became Mark Kerr. That's it. You weren't watching Dwayne The Rock Johnson play Mark Kerr. You were watching Mark Kerr on the big screen, right? That's how good the acting was, right? He was really getting into his emotions, and they got you into your emotions. But where am I getting with this? Simple. The thing that people always praised about this movie was The Rock's performance, and obviously Emily Blunt, her as well. But that obviously says a lot about the rest of the movie. Obviously, since the only thing they're praising is The Rock's performance. Literally, even MMA guys, they say it's a good film, right? But they talked about The Rock and how good his performance is. It obviously shows that the rest of the movie is not up to the same level as The Rock, right? And that's one of the main criticisms of the movie. The rest of the movie was alright. I'm here with you, it was a little below average, for the most part. The fight scenes were more, I don't want to say like a afterthought, because that's a bit offensive to the people who did it, because they did a good job with the fight scenes, but it was more, I don't think they gave it enough time, right? Which obviously they shouldn't, because obviously this is a story of Mark Kerr's life and not his career, right? That's all. That's a movie of its own, right? But the rest of the movie that doesn't involve The Rock is alright. It is alright. But one thing I could also praise about this movie, besides The Rock, is the overall look of the movie. Like they said, if you're a big MMA fan, obviously the early days of, as they would say, Pride and the UFC, you would look at all of these set designs, you'd be like, oh, that's accurate. That's historically accurate. You'd be like, oh, you know, it's like I Spy, like, oh man, look at that, right? And the fight scenes were well choreographed. I kind of wanted it to be a wee bit longer, but that's just me. But yeah, Ryan Bader as Mark Coleman, you know, was it pretty good. But the thing is, I'm gonna say it, I don't know if people already said this before, but The Rock's performance was so good. No offense, it made every other actor kind of feel flat. No offense, it it was like somehow The Rock's performance somehow made the rest of the movie worse. If that makes sense, let's say if that makes any sense. I don't know how, but it makes sense to me, right? Another good part of the movie is Alexander Usyk's in it. Yes, right, Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and the undisputed heavyweight world champion, was in the movie. He played the Ukrainian MMA legend. I think his name is Igor. And Alexander Usyk, for the little time he had on screen, hey, he did pretty good. I'm real with you. He did pretty good. I was like, God damn, Usyk. Hey, if he retires now, he can play some roles. I'll give him that. He can play some roles. It was so funny, especially because obviously in the movie they were selling merch, you know, at the Pride event. One of the pictures was this one, and when I saw, I was like, oh, it's that picture that they used. I'm so dumb saying that. But yeah, my personal opinion is kind of with the people. It's a good movie. It is, you know, it's a good movie. There's no way around it. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson absolutely knocks it out of the ballpark with his performance. Really, really gets you emotional. And Emily Blunt, like I say, it takes two to tango. Blunt tangoed well. And they were the best parts of the movie. And obviously, since they're the main characters, I hate saying, like I said, I hate saying characters and biopics, but the main people, right? Pretty good. Obviously, I don't want to spoil too much, even though it's a biopic. I don't want to spoil too much. But it's not a must-see movie, but if you're really into MMA, it's definitely worth watching. If you're into The Rock, if you're into the debates of who's the best wrestler turned actor, watch this movie because it ends all debate. Until further notice, The Rock is the best. He was always the best. I don't know why people ever thought he wasn't the best. He was always the best. Me personally, my ranking is obviously there's only 3 at this point. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, number 1, obviously, especially with this movie. He's in his own league at this point. Next is John Cena. He's good. He is good as well. I'll give him that. He's really good. Unfortunately, until he has a role like The Rock has, he's forever probably going to be fighting for second place. Third place is not Dave Bautista. Who is it? It's Edge, baby. Nah, I was playing, but Edge is pretty good too. But yeah, the look of the movie, to be honest, I've been watching a bunch of biopics, and for the most part, they have knocked it out of the. They've been really good. The storytelling of biopics somehow always gets me feeling something. For the most part, obviously, was it Nobody or complete Nobody? I think it was the name. That was the only one I ever watched and walked out of being like that was severely underwhelming. This was not the case. The Rock did a really good job. Obviously, you know me, I love my biopics. Last year, I named Better Man as the best movie of the year, which obviously you guys have not seen that movie. It's a must-watch. I'm not even joking. I know people like to joke about it.
It's not a joke.
If you have the series, if you have streaming, you should watch it. I'm not even joking. But besides that, it is one of the best performances out of an actor I have seen so far. If he does not win an Oscar, I will be actually genuinely surprised. I would be like, huh? But enough glazing The Rock. Once again, that even I fell for it. I fell for it. I was talking about The Rock more than the actual movie, because like I said, the rest of the movie was all right. It really was all right. You know, like I say, it's not any different from other movies of the same genre, but I just liked it. The cinematography was great, you know, but overall, it wasn't super. Did I give you my rating? I agree with them. It's a 7.5 or an 8. It's somewhere around there. It's a good movie. If you have the time to watch it, especially on a discount Tuesday, I say it's worth it. If it's on discount Tuesday or Wednesday at this point, like I said, they keep adding more discounts. By all means, it is well worth the money. Full price too. For a lot of people, yeah, it'll be worth full price as well. But for the most part, Discount Tuesday. If you have the time, you should watch this movie. It's a good. It's a great performance by The Rock. His performance alone is probably the only reason why you should probably watch the movie, which is once again the whole thing everyone talks about. It's The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. Not the rest of the movie, just The Rock, The Rock, because he's that good. He's that good. The rest of the movie, well, it's watchable. It's good. It's watchable. But like I said, The Rock's performance, it's one to remember, as they would say. But anyways, if you already watched the movie, do you agree with this? If not, I don't know why you're still watching. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to catch you in the next one.